Okay. Hello to whoever's watching this, preferably someone on the ASB staff, because that's this is directed towards. A while ago, I wrote an idea for a practice park, but well, it's called a practice park. It's essentially like the Makuita Dojo that was in the Mystery Dungeon games. I wrote like a whole page of like how to do it. So I decided that it'd be better to like make a video and try to explain it rather than like typing it out and having stuff being lost in translation. So I feel like this is a bit easier and it's faster. I don't want to type all this shit. So I'll probably just scan this and post it up like in case you're more of like a visual person. It's just a bunch of bullets that explain it. So first off, like I said, it's based off the Makuita Dojo. So just kind of keep that in mind as I explain it. Firstly, so you know how in the Mystery Dungeon games, when you go into the dojo, there's you say you want to battle like fire type Pokemon, and then you get to the end, and then you get experience, and that's your reward. It's like to help you train. This is like that too, except it helps give you battling experience like a person. Like it helps like the person behind the computer learn how to battle like with the ASB. And it's a way to get money because you are defeating Pokemon and you get rewarded for it. And it's also a way for refs to get money. But not that much. It's like $5 per round. So same as usual. And they don't get paid every week. They get paid when the player exits and they get paid $5 per round. So it isn't too broken. I think it's a good way to do it because they already have like a bunch of different ways to get money. They don't need ways to get like more money. Anyway, so you go in and you bring in one Pokemon with you. The player then chooses the type of Pokemon to battle against. So let's say you choose Grass type, and you bring in like a Wish Cash just to get it over with. They get $5 per Pokemon that they defeat. So if you choose Grass type, you go against, let's say you go against a Skiploom or something. Grass type. You get $5 for defeating that Pokemon. And with those 18 types, instead of just 5 times 18, that's like the max amount of money you can get. I don't even know what that is. It's probably a random number. You get $100 if you defeat all 18 types, because there's the new fairy type, and I guess this will be implemented after X and Y is released in October. Anyway, so the player chooses to enter with one Pokemon. The player then chooses a type of Pokemon to battle against. They get $5 per defeat and $100 if they defeat every foe. So if they defeat 18 Pokemon, they get $100. It costs $15 to enter. I mean, defeating 3 Pokemon with one Pokemon is difficult. So, $15, I think that's decent. I think that's a good amount. You can bring items in. They will be returned to you after you exit unless you're DQ'd. That's based off the Mystery Dungeon game. It's just to make it a little bit easier. This is to help newbies get money, and it's to help them gain some experience. So I don't want to make it too difficult and too harsh. And that's also why it's $15, because you have $15 when you start, so you can get right into it. As I said earlier, refs do not receive pay each week. They only receive pay when a player exits. It's $5 per round. Wild Pokemon will be of equal stage to the Pokemon players bring with them. For example, if you bring a Blaziken, wild Pokemon are Alakazam, Venusaur, Dusknoir, etc. Stage 1 and non-evolving Pokemon will battle Stage 1 and basic Pokemon. The arena does not hinder the use of any move, so you can use Earthquake and Dive and Dig and all that jazz. Foes will not be wild Pokemon, but rather they will act as NPC Pokemon. So it's kind of like, I guess this practice park is a mixture of our Safari Zone, and you can't catch these Pokemon, you can only defeat them. It's a mixture of our Safari Zone and the Makuita Dojo. It's essentially like that. That's a good way to look at it. But the wild Pokemon will also have 50% health and energy. It's good. I mean, especially if you bring like a stage 2 Pokemon with you, because your opponents are going to be difficult, and you eventually have to battle Pokemon that you're weak against. And since the Pokemon that you bring in, its health and energy doesn't reset after each battle, after you defeat each type of Pokemon, it really goes down. So I think if the opponent's only like 50%, then that's I don't think that's too much to ask. I think that's a good place to be, I guess. What else? So you have to defeat all 18 types. Wow, this is 17 on my paper because this is old. You have to defeat all 18 types. And this actually wasn't that much to explain. It seems longer on paper. As far as, obviously the ref would have to be a ranger instead of, they would have to have ranger capabilities because it's very similar to being a ranger. But at the same time, you're not doing any like capture calculations or blah blah blah. You're not using any like, there's no honeys, there's no great balls, there's no anything like that. The items are just like healing items and, you know, whatever other fucking kind of items we have. I don't even know. No one uses them. So that's all I have. We can start working on stuff whenever we're able. I guess this is going to go out after October, after the release, because or we could release it as soon as possible and then just update it in October with the fairy type and have all those Pokemon in there. But yeah, that's all I can think of right now. If you have any questions, just text me or comment. No, don't comment below. Never mind. Just text me or message me or something. You know what to do. I think this is actually a really cool idea, and I hope that we can get it to work. I think it would be really helpful. And if we don't put this on PE2K, putting it on PXR, if we decide to move the ASB there, then that's fine. I feel PE2K's ASB kind of dying, actually. That's because everyone's been so inactive, like myself included. Myself especially. So yeah, that's all I can think of. If you have any questions, just contact me somehow. Yeah, bye. Have fun with your life.